Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Gina Crochet Gal here on YouTube. First off, before we begin, I would like to welcome all my new subbies that have subscribed within the last month. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for joining me in this fun world of crochet and any other hobby that I do, because I do lots of hobbies, I have lots of interests, and I'm always dabbling in something. Okay, so for starters, we are going to just pull out of this basket all the things that I've been working on. This first one I have here that I'm going to pull out is a cute little pizza pattern that I've been playing around with. I haven't perfected it. I'm not happy with it, but I put it aside because it was kind of frustrating me because I just couldn't get it out on yarn. The image that I had, the pattern that I had inside my head, it just wasn't coming across. So I put that away for now. So I am going to just show you. I don't like it because it's a little too chunky for me. I wanted it more of a flat, thin pattern. And I know that I can modify it based on the types of yarns that I'm using with it. Okay, so let me show you this little pattern. First, I'm going to show you the pizza slice, and it's done with just scrap yarn. I don't know the type. I don't know. Usually I have the 4-ply worsted weight yarn in my stash. I've recently been buying some stuff, but I don't use too many specialty yarns, which I'd love to get into because now I'm in a position where I can buy a little bit more yarn for my stash, so that's always fun. So I have been looking online, but I haven't really found too much. So, okay, so here is my first little pizza. It's a little pizza slice. Again, it's made with scrap yarn, and I'm just toying around trying to create a pattern that I can make a lot of because I like an easy pattern, stuff that I could just crank out and then maybe use them as little items hanging from a keychain, or all those little things that I like to do. In fact, I have them right here. I'm going to pull them down. This was kind of like last year's thing, excuse me. This was last year's, and boy, did I crank these out. And this was because the patterns themselves were easy. I have them all hanging here. They were all easy patterns. There's a cute little taco, and that's just hanging from that keychain and hook. A really easy pattern of a hot dog. I love doing these because they were easy, fast, and quick, and I did about 50 of each, and those sold like hotcakes. And then, of course, our cheeseburger with all the fixins. That was a lot of fun. And then one of my favorites, which I modified the heck out of this one too, but I don't think this is one of the most current patterns, but I had a lot of fun doing this one also. And that is just a carton of French fries. These were a lot of fun to make too. So yeah, so in line with that theme, I was playing around with a pizza slice. And then, of course, the whole pizza pie itself. This is the kind of like the thick crust kind of thing. And I love pizza. Everybody who knows me knows I can eat pizza like all the time. So yeah, so here is just a little pizza pattern. It started out like as a coaster bottom, and then I brought up the lip on the side kind of thing, and just had a lot of fun playing with it. But like I said, it's not exactly how I want it. And the little pizzas, the pepperonis, excuse me, are just glued on because I didn't want to take the time to tack them in. So yeah, this is just to show you some of the stuff I've been working on. Lots of fun. I really enjoy doing that. And then, I think it was the last video that I posted, I was doing a couple of Winnie the Poohs, okay? Now, I was striving for more of a vintage Winnie the Pooh. So what I did with this one, and I think he came out really cute. Here he is. It's the same pattern that I used from before. I'll link the person who crocheted the pattern that I got, the YouTube channel I got from. Oh, I missed a couple stitches right there. His head's a little wobbly. You see that? I left an open stitch there. But yeah, I wanted him to look more of vintage Winnie the Pooh because a friend of mine has is going to have a baby, and she's decorating his or her bedroom in the Winnie the Pooh. But it's that vintage coloration that's out right now that's really a popular look. So with this one, I tried to capture those colors, and I'm not sure that it looks that well because I kind of wanted more of a dim or lighter red, which I had a very hard time finding in 100% cotton. But this is the best I can do. But I think he came out cute. So that is our Winnie. Now he stands about, let's see here. He stands about 8.5 inches tall. Now this did take some time for me to do, only because using the cotton thread for me, or yarn for me, it's harder to work with because it's a more firm fabric. So I did take some time to do this because I, was crocheting slow and that kind of thing. But yeah, here he is, super cute. Love the pattern. It's a one piece, the legs and the tummy area, and then you crocheted the hat separate, the head separate, and then you stitched it on. I want to try to find a pattern that has it from top down and then just adding the arms. But I really love the shape of this head, so that's why I use this particular pattern. Super cute. Love that one. And let's see. These are just some little cute little items I found on YouTube. And I've shown this one as well. And again, I tried to manipulate the pattern to make it a little bit smaller. And this actually is a good reference to how I would actually bake. Kind of lopsided. And I think what I did wrong here is that I was using a half double crochet with the crust edge here. And then I went to a double crochet, which is double the size, right? So that's what it looks like. So it's wonky. And I relate this to my actual baking because I'm not very good at that. But if you look at it this way, it looks normal. So I thought that was kind of cute. A little tie. And I want to try to make that smaller so I can put this on a keychain also. So next I was asked to do, well, actually I'll wait on that. I'm going to wait on that one. The next item, because I have tons of that cotton yarn, and I want to start using it up because, I want to use the stuff that I have and crank things out. So I did make kind of like a messenger bag type thing. Okay, and I thought it came out really cute. I don't know if you could see it, but I did put a handle on it using those, I don't even know what they're called. Do I have one here? I think I do. I don't know what they're called. Some kind of knitter. This isn't the actual one that I used because I used one. Actually, this is the one I used. Oops, I'm making a mess here. This is I think they're nifty knitters. That's what they are. I like using the ones with the 4-prong. So I have this on here right now. It's just doodling. But that's how I made the strap for this particular item here. I'm just throwing that in there. But yeah, I made it in the shape of a messenger bag. And then it does have a flap, as you can see. And I did put some buttons on the outside. And now that's just for looks because it's not a workable type button. But yeah, that's what it looks like. You can even slip I think the 13-inch MacBook Pro in here fits nicely in here. A tablet would fit nicely. So anything that you have that could slip into this bag is great. And again, it's got this cute long handle. Here's the back side. And I really like the shape and the pattern that worked up on it. So I thought that was really cute. And then I just kind of just did it. You know how you start with your base foundation and you just keep going around and around and around. And eventually it starts going upward and whatnot. So this was just kind of something that I created. And that was a lot of fun. So let me get this, put all this stuff away here. And then, so back to the item that I told you, I had a request from a friend to make a baby beanie that was in the Cowboys colors. So this is a yarn that I had so much trouble finding in store. I had to order it online. I know it's everyday stuff for you guys, but I could not find baby yarn anyplace in the navy blue, especially. So like I said, I had to order it, and I thought this was so much fun to do. This particular pattern is just a simple double crochet, and just to add some interest, I put a decorative row here and towards the bottom, and then I created this star pattern here. I was trying to perfect it so the points were a little bit better, but I was happy with it. So this size here is a 0 to 3 months. So I hope she likes it. That was a lot of fun. Now, last week, she went to the doctor. She doesn't know the gender of the baby yet. And at first, she was thinking, oh my gosh, it's going to be a boy. It's going to be a boy. Her baby shower was neutral colors, which I went to. And so now she's kind of thinking maybe it's a girl. So I told her, I says, well, I'll just make you 2 hats. So here I worked up a pink one. This one is still in progress. I'm just tacking down the little star. So here's the same size, 0 to 3 months in pink, and it's not the cowboy colors, but we know what it's supposed to look like, right? So it does have the little pink star outlined in white. So these were recently on my hook, so yeah, that was a lot of fun. This star came out a little bit bigger. I don't know why. It's the same identical pattern that I worked up. Maybe I was just crocheting a little bit more loose. I don't know. So yeah, I'm still working on tacking this one down, so I should be done with that one very, very soon. Then I was playing around with different sizes in the little star. This is a star that I found on YouTube. I don't recall the channel name. I'll link it below if you're interested in going to view her pattern. But as always, I always modify stuff to suit the particular style that I'm crocheting or design. So then I started playing around. It looks a little bit more pointy. The only thing was when I added the gray around the star, it took away from the points. So that was a little bit hard. But yeah, I like that. I like the way that one came out. Just a minute, Sadie. And then on this one, I was trying to keep the shape, so I just kind of did a whip stitch around the star. I didn't like the way that came out. So I ended up putting a slip stitch around the star. Yeah. Okay, friends, well, that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video and all the little goodies that have been on my crochet hook in the last few weeks. Thank you all for joining me today, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye. There's one more thing that I forgot to show you. Now this is a project and it's going to be quite large. This is it's going to be an Afghan or more of a bedspread type of cover for my bed. Now I've been shopping online, of course, for various types of colors for my bedroom. I'm transitioning to fall colors, and I wanted to find something in the colorway of browns, olive greens, and different color tans and stuff like that. Well, I couldn't find anything that I liked, so I thought, you know what? I have all this yarn. Now let me show you the basket that I put together of all the different skeins that I had in my stash. Okay, so this is the color variation that I'm going to put in this. Now I started it several weeks ago, and I just work on it when I can. So here, as you can see, I have this light green, I have a darker tone, I have the dark brown, and then I have a variegated which has the tans and the greens in it. And then I also have the lighter color brown. So I'm going to use all this up to see how big I can actually make this particular spread for my bed. So the stitch that I'm using, I don't recall the name of the stitch, but it's the slip stitch and a half double crochet in one. Okay, and let me show you. I'm just going to show half the size. So I started with the bottom section being brown. Then I went to the variegated, the lighter green, the dark brown, and then the darker green. Okay, so that's all of the colors. So now once I'm done, which I believe this is the last row of the green, I'm just counting, the thickness. I'm not necessarily counting, and if I go off, that's okay. If I have more in one section more than the other, that's okay with me too, but I'm just trying to get it so that it's relatively the same size. Okay, now the full length is, I'm going to measure half and of course double it. So the full length of it is 22 inches half, so it's about, what, 44 inches across. And of course, once the, and I'll pull it all out, it's quite wide. And of course, once the border's on, it's going to make it that much larger. So yeah, that's what I decided to do, to start using up, as we all want to do, use up all of our yarn stash. So that's what I'm doing. Now this particular one, the stitch count is 150 to start, and then of course when you start going down, it's one stitch less, so it's 149 stitches across. And again, it's using the single crochet, slip stitch, and then a half double crochet. That's what this pattern is. And it was kind of confusing to me at first, but I just have to make sure that I count, because it's very easy to go off. So I have my stitch markers. This is 50, from here to here's 50, here to here's 50, and then the last one is my 49 stitches. Okay, so as long as I stay with that count, and I count every row, and I've even made mistakes, I've lost stitches. How you can skip one. Yeah, I've done that a couple of times, but yeah, so I only do it when I am not too tired, because the more tired you are, the more mistakes you make, right? So let me give you one more look. I folded it into fourths so you could see the pattern. So this is going to be the repeat. The light brown, the variegated, the light green, the dark brown, and then the dark green, and that's going to be the repeat. Yeah, so I'm just going to use that whole basket that I showed you, and we'll see what the finished size comes out to. All right, so yeah, that is it for me. And I'm sorry I forgot to show you in the last clip, but I was looking around putting stuff away. I thought, oh my gosh, I forgot to show you that. There's other items that I forget to show you guys. I made a couple of. Why don't I just show you right now, right? I'll just show you now. I'm going to try to block out some of that light. Well, here are some pillow covers that I did. And this was using that huge skein that I got for free. It was a gift. It was gifted. And I made 2 of these. And it's just a pillow cover. Okay? So I can slip it over when I change my seasonal decorations. As you can see here, this is the pillow here. And then I just cover it up with whatever I want for that particular season. So that I did a couple of these. Let me throw that back. So yeah, now you've actually seen everything. Okay, everybody, back to whatever you were doing. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll talk to you next time.